Well, by my shade, I did not mean extra thin.
Well, I mean, I mean, it's good stuff. It's just I mean, it's definitely long enough to make a wig out of. It's some of the because I used to cut it every few years and donate it to Locks of Love
Yeah.
or Wigs for Kids or either one. But and I a couple times I didn't make it, so I've got like a bag that's got a couple different times that I cut and didn't get out there. So yeah, I actually do have some hair, and some of it might actually be in your shade. It'd be funny to see you have a wig on with my old hair.
Alrighty. Oh, holy cow. Well, welcome all to another exciting episode of You Must Be Joking.
Right.
So how was your week so far?
Oh, it was real good. I did I went and visited my mother.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen her in about 25 years.
Well, congratulations.
And we reconnected about a year and a half ago, and then a couple weeks ago, she called me and said that she said, you know, if I die, don't waste your money coming here to see me. I'll be dead. It's not worth it. And I was like, okay, that was kind of a weird phone call. So. Last week, I bought some tickets and I went to Florida and I went and saw her. I didn't tell her I was coming. Big surprise for her. And, so the whole time I'm on my way there, I'm like, well, I guess if she does die before I get there, it could be my last act of defiance, So the whole time on the way there, I'm just like, my mom told me not to come. Boom, 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 boom. My mom told me not to come, So. But it was real nice because I got there early in the morning and I called and I could tell she was still in bed. I'm like, oh, what the hell? I thought you farmers got up early. She's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm waiting for you to open your goddamn door and give me a hug. So it was pretty awesome. The look on her face was great. What I didn't know was that my sister, who I hadn't seen in probably a little bit longer than that, lived in the house next to her. Mm. So we go across the yard and my mom starts yelling for my sister and she's out there. I see her with the goats because like I said, these people are farmers now. And I walk up and she's not looking. I'm like, don't ignore your mother. She turns around. I wish I had filmed the 15 looks of surprise that went through her face. It was great. So yeah, I spent a couple days with the mother unit and the sister unit and reconnected, I guess. Maybe I'll go again.
Well, cool.
And I found out that the reason that she called me is because she, we're all crazy, my family, and she'd gotten off of her med. And so before she got back on them, she gave me that kind of call. They're like, oh, yeah, it's the meds. I was like, maybe I should try some of those.
Make it a family med?
Get on a family plan, yes. Yeah. We get the bucket, not the jar, the bucket.
Yeah, I know I hadn't seen you, all week. And it was like, I thought maybe you were working downtown again or something.
No, not yet. That might happen in April, though.
Back when things start to thaw out a little bit?
Well, I mean, I went and looked, and I think it's just because they still hadn't quite gotten out of the ground with the foundation yet. So, it's a pretty big company. They got lots of jobs going. But yeah, I don't think they care if it's cold or not when you're out there working.
Well, yeah, because they're not out there working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's your job to freeze. We pay you to freeze, but also get work done. Hurry. That's fine.
Rub two sticks together, but they have to be your sticks, not ours. We don't.
So yeah, I went and saw my mom.
Oh, that's cool. No,
Yeah, I guess.
yeah. You know, I didn't go 20 some years, but I did go a few years without seeing my folks. We wasn't getting along. I was accused of a bunch of crap, and so I wasn't very fond of them for quite a while, and then decided one day that I would reconnect with them, and I had to push though, in order to get it going. So it took a while.
Yeah, we had some irreconcilable differences. It's not like it was and a lot of it was mutual. So
Yeah.
but but yeah, I guess it's time to stop being mad at my mother.
Yeah. And besides, she is your mother, so I'm sure that there'll be another reason to be mad at her later.
I'm telling you, man, if she gives me another one of them phone calls, now I'll get mad at her instead of like, well, should I go see her? So because I figured, hey, if I figured it was more for her than me if I got there and she was still alive.
Yeah.
And now she gets to touch her son one more time. So.
Well, I'm
But
happy
yeah,
for you.
it was cool, and it was a surprise for me to see my sister. I didn't expect that, and it was kind of fun. Her new man is pretty cool, but again, it's a cop. Damn it! My mom likes men in uniform. Cop, a sailor, a army guy, another cop, another sailor.
Well, that just means that she likes guys that can't guarantee they're going to be around long.
Or at least may be able to make a steady commitment for at least 2 years.
Well, there again, that cuts out the Navy guy,
Hey, man. It is what it is.
Yep, yeah. That's cool.
So yeah, that's what I did. I went to Florida and stayed at the trip I took. Stopover was in Vegas for an hour on the way there. So I only had time to get breakfast and a drink, which was like, here's $40. Wow, I should have just gambled that. So when I came back, it was a 4-hour layover, and I was like, okay, hey, I'll gamble that 40. And it took me, I ended up gambling 60 over the 4 hours on this one machine. And it's just like, okay, so, I put 20 in, play for a while, lose the 20 eventually, and then go walk around, come back to the same machine, play again for a while. And it made the time go by pretty quick.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, did you win?
Well, and no, I lost the 60, but it took 4 hours to lose it. So it was either that or spend another $40 on some food, and I was like, what the hell? I just gamble it, And the only reason I put in another 60 is because it was about, I still had another hour to wait before the thing. So at the very last one, I'm like, I'm betting it's a penny machine, so I'm doing the 40 cent or 50 cent bet. So, but the very last one, I was like, yeah, how about 250? Ooh, look, I won that time. Better back it off to 50 cents. Oh, I'm losing. How about 250? Oh, I won. Yay! How about 250? Oh, it's all gone. All right, I gotta get on my plane.
Yeah, that sounds about right. See,
But
I wouldn't have. It would have
card
cost me $500 to play for 4 hours.
I prefer card tables, but they don't have those at the airport. See, that was the thing that Joanne said when I was leaving. She knew about the layover, and she says, "Well, you ain't gonna have time to gamble on that first one." I was like, "No, I'll probably just eat breakfast." And then on the second one, she's like, "Well, just don't leave the airport." I was like, "All right." So, but unfortunately, they don't have card tables in the airport. I prefer blackjack because it makes me feel like I have a better chance.
Well, actually, you do.
I guess the odds
compared
are
to the
a
slot
little bit
machines.
better on a card table than on a pinball machine, but
Yeah.
so yeah, but they don't have the card tables in the airport. I'm sure it's got to do with security and all that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah, and that.
You can't have chips and shit at the airport. Come on.
Well, yeah, but also at the airport, I mean, the last thing they want is for you to actually make money. And with the
I
slot
don't
machines,
know.
they can make more money.
I'm telling you that if I had been smart, I could have made 40 or $50 on that machine, because there were moments when I was it was a Wheel of Fortune machine, and I get the thing and the thing would spin, and I'm like, oh man, I put $20 in, look, I've got 40 now. Woo. Oh, hit the big buttons, oh, down to $10. Oh shit, hit the small bet, you know. That didn't save you. You're out of money. Okay, get up and walk around, so I don't just immediately put the next, because I could easily have lost $60,
Oh
or
yeah,
like you said, 500 in 4 hours easily.
yeah.
It's just maintain steady loss. Don't just.
Yeah, when I go to the casino, I usually leave my debit card at home and I take 30 to 40 bucks. That's it.
I think I go with 50, and it's most of the time I would go to the Muckleshoot Casino, because her parents play there so often. They have enough points to feed a family of 500. So they'll be like, "Come up for dinner." It's like, okay, cool. So I'll go up there, and then I'll maybe take $50. And so I got those chips in this hand, and when I win, I put them in this hand. And when Joanne walks around, because we're waiting for the table, so I'm gambling, her dad's gambling, and the girls are all waiting for them to call the number so we get set. And she'll come by, "How you doing?" I'll be like, "Here you go." Win, lose, win, lose, win. Here you go. And then when we walk away and I got these no chips, or we go to the table anyway, I'd say at 50-50, I'm ahead. Don't lose all the time. But when you only take a few bucks, you don't really care. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's my big deal, is I take how much I don't mind losing.
Right.
To me, it's a donation. I'm giving to charity.
I'm paying for dinner. That's how I see it. I'm paying for at least my share of dinner, especially the buffets, because they're pretty expensive. Or if we go to, like, there's a restaurant there, not sponsored, but they do sushi. I order like 3 or 4 rolls. That's got to be $50.
Oh yeah, I imagine that.
Yeah.
My daughter's birthday party was last night or yesterday, and they wanted sushi for the party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of spendy.
I bet.
I told her she was sick. What kind of kids want sushi for their birthday party? It's just not right.
That reminds me, I should make a cake today. I want some snacks.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I managed to get one piece of the cake, and then one of the other kids took the cake home with them.
I remember one time when I first started gambling, there was this casino I went to a couple times because it was right next to a job site I was on. And like I went in there one time for lunch, and I won like a couple $100. So I went in there after work, and one time I lost $20 because I just take $20 in, lost $20 and win $200, lose my $20, win. I think I won 3 times in a row. So I went there with my paycheck and lost it.
They must have saw you coming.
Oh yeah. Then there was this one time, there was another casino that with a restaurant attached to it on another job site we were working on. And we went in there for lunch one time and said, "Can we get breakfast?" And they were like, "Yeah, whatever you want." And I noticed the casino's attached, and my buddy gives me some money. He says, "Go win us breakfast." I was like, "Okay, fine." So I went in, and I got really lucky, and I turned 20 into about $200 in like 15 minutes. And I went out and had breakfast, left a really generous tip, and the waitress gives us her phone number and says, "Just call ahead. I know you guys are working over there at the job. Just call ahead with your order." And so I put the chips in the truck and in the glove box. And every day, go down right before lunch, give her a call. "Hey, yeah, we want burgers this time, blah, blah, blah." Walk in, take enough chips to go gamble. And if I win, I pay for lunch and put the rest in the thing, give her a nice tip. And then if I lose, they'd pay for lunch.
I remember my first time of gambling. I was 18 years old, and there was I was getting married, my first wife. And so me and my best man, we were walking along Bar Row there, and they had a blackjack table right inside. And I said, "Just give me a minute. I said, I'm going to try this once. So I went ahead and I had $5 on me. Went in there and I set the 5 on the table and everything. I walked out with 10, you know, and it was like, yeah, all right, you know, and that's the last time I won. Yeah. That was my first and last time of gambling. Well, my first time of gambling and winning, you know, and coming out ahead.
I've played craps 3 times, and the first time I played, a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, have you ever played craps before?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Well, you got any money?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Let's go." So we actually went up to the Muckleshoot Casino, but we were talking about going to the Emerald Queen. So we go up to the Muckleshoot, and he's like, "Just do everything I do." And he puts the money on the table, so I put my money on the table. We win. He takes a little bit back. I take a little bit back. We keep winning. So we're winning and winning and winning. And we turn like $50 into about $1,000. And he's like, "Hey, let's go down to the boat." I'm like, "Okay, fine." So we drive down here because back then there was the boat on the river on the other side of I-5 over there. So and so we go into the building that's in front of the boat, and there's a craps table right there. And we say, "Oh, hey!" And so we start playing. And we're winning. We turned 1,000 into 2,000, and we leave, and he goes, "Oh shit, we never went on the boat." I was like, "Oh, let's go." So we go to the boat. We got $2,000. We're like, "Yeah, let's go to the high roller section." And there's this guy at the end of the table, and he's rolling. I put everything in what they call the field, and that's where the you know anywhere from snake eyes to boxcars and nine and what that went. This guy is rolling, and the money is just stacking up, and he's rolling. The money's just, and I pull a bunch down. I think I pulled about 6,000 down. And he craps out, and everyone shits their pants because there had to be, between me and my buddy, there had to be $60,000 sitting right there because we just let it ride. This guy cannot lose for us. Oh, let me take some of that home. Boom, he loses. And everyone's just like, ooh. We're just like, "Oh, thank you, man. Have a great night with us." We left. It was the first and for about 4 years last time I played craps, and then the next time I played craps, it was down in Reno because they had dollar crap tables. Can't lose in Reno because they're just feeding you drinks. Here's $1. Here's $1. But yeah, that was amazing. I was just like, wow, we won. We're out of here. And I never played craps again for like I said, about 4 years.
I have never played craps. I've watched them play it. You know,
I think there's like 2,000 different ways you can bet on that game.
Yeah.
You can call the dice while they're in the air.
Yeah, I've played. My gambling has been. I did roulette one time.
See, I've done that, but I still don't really get it.
Yeah, me neither. It's either red or black, or you pick a number. That's all I know. Yeah. So I've done that once, and that one there, I think I came pretty close to breaking even. But that was the only time. And other than that, it's been, like I said, blackjack that one time. I've done the slot machines, which I've never won anything. I've always lost slowly doing pull tabs.
Yeah.
And penny ante poker, like with friends and this kind of stuff. I can usually hold my own, but eventually it's going away. Yeah.
I think I like the card tables because it feels like it's going slower. Because in a machine, it can really feel like it's going fast because it's just like spin after spin after spin kind of thing. Where in a card table, it takes a minute to get through each hand.
Well, yeah. Plus, you're the way they bet. You got to shuffle the cards, you got to deal the cards. This kind of stuff. Now, I've never actually played cards in a casino. So I from what I've seen, they actually have a dealer, so they don't pass the deal around. Correct?
Yes, they have a dealer, but they mimic passing the deal around with a chip, like when they're doing Texas Hold'em and it's his deal and his crib or whatever the hell it is. So yeah, they'll just put a marker and start the deal from that side, and move the marker, move the deal, kind of thing. But yes, they have a fixed dealer that touches the cards. No one else touches the cards. There's very few card game in the casino where you can actually hold the card.
Yeah,
But
that's what I.
they are there because they have like Caribbean poker or these other games where they give you got to make the hand and beat theirs hand, so you get to look at they'll give you the stack, you get to look and choose which ones you want to play. And I think I've been to one casino where they let you hold the cards playing blackjack. But you got to keep your hand above the table, Can't
Well,
be like
yeah.
this. Hey, Leah.
Yeah.
Get you back into that card.
Yeah, nobody wants you to put the cards down below the table as you're pulling aces out of your zipper.
No one can see these, right? Double aces. So yeah, kind of fun. I mean, except for that one time I lost my whole paycheck, I don't mind going to the casino once in a while. I don't go out of my way to go. And I've lived closer to the Muckleshoot than we're living right now to the EQC. I used to live right across the street from the Muckleshoot.
Yeah, I used to live just down the hill from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd go up there, go dancing, do karaoke, have dinner, this kind of thing. Every once in a blue moon, me and Steve, we'd go up there and everything, I'd take 30 or 40 bucks and away we'd go, And I usually end up standing around, just kind of looking around and stuff while he finishes up. Mine's gone quick,
Hey, I will do a lot of standing around in there because I'm a cheap date. I look for the $5 tables at the Mucks. If there's not a seat open on a $5 table, I'll stand and hover and I'll wait. I'll make someone uncomfortable.
No, I've been inside the Emerald Queen twice. And each time was because a buddy of mine came in. He's a truck driver, and he came in, and that's where I'd meet him. So I'd go pick him up and everything, and we'd sit there and everything while he was playing, smoking and drinking and stuff, and then we'd go on up to my place. We'd have dinner and visit, and then I'd turn around and take him back because his truck was parked down there.
Yeah.
So. But I've never actually played anything in the Emerald Queen. I haven't eaten there. I haven't gone to a show there. Nothing.
They were doing a thing where you go in and you sign up on a list and you putz around for about 2 hours and you get a free dinner. Huh. I don't know if they still do that. I'm sure they're expecting you to gamble for those full 2 hours, but I've walked around and gambled like $5 one game. Just walk around for 2 hours, get that free food. I guess it's not free if I gave them $5.
But it's still cheap.
It's very cheap. And it's good stuff. I mean, their buffet is okay.
No, I've been to the casino.
I suppose they aren't doing that anymore because of the vid.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of the casinos in Vegas, but I didn't play them. I've been to a couple of the casinos there in Reno and didn't bother playing there. State Line, I played a couple of games. Again, just I did Keno once, and did the one-armed bandits slot machines. Yeah, twice I think. I was driving back and forth past this. End up staying there. There's they always had good food at a reasonable price. If you wanted a steak dinner, that was a place to stop and go.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'd do. I'd stop in there, get a steak dinner, and go ahead and play a game while I was waiting and leave.
Yeah. Hey man, I've been down to Vegas a few times. Been down to Reno a couple times. It's fun. It's very, very bright and stimulating in Vegas.
Yeah. Last time I was there was with Mario, and we got down there, and it was hotter than hell, and that was at night. But we were on our motorcycles and everything, and he wanted to cruise the strip, so we did that. And then he wanted to go find that pawn shop that they had the TV show of.
Oh, the Pawn Stars guys?
Yeah. So I ended up just parking and waiting for him. He was gone for a couple hours, and then he came back. Then we went ahead and took off for um, uh, Arizona. So
That's fun.
yeah. Sometimes I kind of miss doing that, but unfortunately, a good portion of that kind of stuff was when I was driving truck, long
Yeah.
haul. So I
Oh
don't
my
want to do
God.
that no more.
My truck driving days are over.
That's it.
Oh
Last
my
thing in the
God.
world I want to do nowadays is right back into a truck again. Yep, just ain't going to do it. No, George, nope.
All right. So anything fun in the news while I was gone?
Not fun.
Not fun.
Oh, that reminds me. Hold on.
I'm not talking about Memphis.
Maybe it was Memphis. Maybe
How about alien technology? Any alien technology in the news today? How about climate change activism? Is that in the news today? We got to end fossil fuels, right? Even though fuel isn't made from fossil. Wait, is it?
Coal is fossil, and we burn coal as fossil fuel. It's a fossil of plant materials and resistance.
Did you hear about the Pelosi Act?
The Pelosi Act?
Yeah.
Did it get passed?
As of this article, no, but it looked like it might.
Well, it's coming from the Republicans, right? And
Yeah.
then it's got to go. Then it's got to go to the Democratic Senate, right?
Actually, it was a Democrat that first proposed it.
Proposed it, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh,
Because I mean, Pelosi's not the only one doing the insider trading.
no.
But I like that they're calling it the Pelosi Act.
Yeah. The Stop Trading on Congressional Knowledge Act
That sucks. Man.
became law.
How am I gonna pick my stocks now?
Yeah. It did pass.
Oh boy.
The measure went to prevent members of Congress from committing insider trading offenses. Over the years, there's been much speculation that congressional members weren't following the law. What a shock!
Hang on, let me see if I still got my surprise face.
Anyhow, let's see here.
So it did pass. The old Pelosi law, huh? All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the part
I
that
mean,
I
I
thought
guess
was.
that's cool. But like I said, I was getting some good picks. Even when the market was down, I was still up.
Yeah, let's see if I can find it.
Well, I can't check now. It's Sunday. Well, I can look through what I got.
Yeah, it says recently one legislator decided enough was enough. On January 24th, Republican Senator Josh Hawley from Missouri, MO.
MO?
Yeah.
MO.
Introduced new legislation, the Preventing Elected Leaders from Owning Securities and Investments Act,
What?
to stop lawmakers and their
And that
spouses.
got passed? That got passed?
To stop lawmakers and their spouses from trading stocks altogether. He chose the name so that the acronym would read Pelosi. It is, too. It's Preventing Elected Leaders from Owning Securities and Investments Act. So. But no, this one hasn't passed yet.
Okay.
He just brought it up on the 24th, so
Okay.
5 days ago. Let's see here. Lost my spot. Yeah. As an obvious dig at former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who has previously raised eyebrows for her and her husband's trading in the stock market. The couple has reportedly made millions of dollars off timely sales that coincided with bills introduced in Congress. Again, I am shocked.
Damn.
Yeah. One notable transaction came right before the House was set to vote on a domestic chip manufacturing bill. You remember that one?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's where I got some of my stock tips, man. Like I said, every time I see something where anyone in Congress is moving, buying, or interested in a stock, I look to see if it's going up or down. And if it's going up, I buy one. If it's going down, I leave it alone.
Yeah, they they do like stealing, and
Well,
lying and all this
that's
kind of.
their job.
Yeah. So to me, if they're making money and they're in office, then they are doing something illegal. Yeah, because there's no way in hell they could be making millions of dollars in their
And
job.
since I can't stop it, I might as well benefit from
Yeah. If I had any money to actually invest,
it.
I'm investing everything I've got into the
And
station.
that's what they're counting on. They're counting on you not having. They're counting on everybody to not be able to be on a same playing field as they are. Believe me, my small investment ain't gonna get me anywhere near their playing field.
Well, yeah. I got everything invested in
Like
the
I said,
station.
one. How much did it cost for that stock? That stock was 30 cents. Now it's worth $1. So I suppose if they bought 1,000,000 of them at 30 cents, and now it's worth $1, they made some money.
What the hell?
I think that it'll be a bummer. We won't be able to. It's. I mean, 'cause my portfolio is just huge. One of these, one of those, one of this. But I put everything in futures so that they reinvest in my account through their futures.
Yeah.
So technically, I've got like 1.001 of these couple because the futures have gone past the payment or whatever. I don't know how it works. I just know that I'm up. When the market was down, I was still up, barely, but I was up.
Well,
Market, all three of the main, the Dow, the S&P, and the other one were all in the red, and I was still in the green. I mean, barely, but I was still in the green.
that's what counts. At least you're still there,
Yeah, yeah. Because I was watching, I lost a little bit, but I never went below my initial investment. So
Well,
that's what matters.
Yep. Yeah.
So losing those picks is gonna hurt, man. I am not a financial advisor, but God damn it, I will take financial advice from a senator that knows what bill's going to pass and how it's going to affect the stock market.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that's the downside to these guys. I mean, if they would just do their job instead of worrying so much about making money, we'd be fine.
That's why I think, since it's been a popularity contest since Jesus, at least Clinton. Since it's been a popularity contest, we might as well just go ahead and say you can have one chance at every position, and you get 6 years or $6 million, because they're all in there, the greedy fuckers trying to make money, right? So if they get in there and they make $6 million in a year, they're out. If they make $5 million in all 6 years, then they made it through. Next person though, they can't go back. But they can do any position they want one time. 6 years, $6 million.
Yeah.
And I mean, as soon as they get elected, if they pick a penny up off the ground, that counts towards that $6 million.
Yeah, well, my opinion, they shouldn't be allowed to do squat as far as stock markets or in any kind of investments as long as they're in office. And that includes their spouses and their children.
We can't stop it. Might as well benefit with them.
Yeah, well.
Because then we can just trace everything they do, every stock they sell or short or long or buy or whatever. We can just follow right along with them if we want, and if we have the ability, okay. Or take money out of politics altogether. You go in for 4 years, you don't get paid.
Hey, get paid when you get out.
Nah, there's no money in politics.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
It would be amazing.
That's here another bill for controlling our weapons.
What?
That's here.
They're passing the bills to take away the ARs.
No,
The
they're trying to take away pretty much everything.
assault weapon.
They're
Hammer. A hammer is an assault weapon.
semi-automatic pistols.
Yeah. You know, they changed the language about 8 months ago. They stopped saying assault weapon and started saying semi-automatic
Yeah.
about 8 months ago. And so now, with the new law, that's gonna take away a lot of weapons. It's not just the AR.
Yeah.
Because nearly everything is semi-automatic now.
Yeah.
And they're gonna limit the gun. They're gonna limit the capacity.
Well, that way there we can't fight them.
Well, we can. It's just harder.
Yeah. Well, here's something. Washington State okayed Albertsons merger.
With who? Safeway?
Kroger.
Oh, Kroger. Well,
Fred Meyer.
Oh, okay. Fred Meyer. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a monopoly, folks. We're just getting together.
Yeah. The funny part is that Albertsons already bought Safeway.
That's what it was. Yeah, that was a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah.
I point like it was just over there. That's a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Don't point like this, though. Did you see Kyle over there?
Yeah, it actually happened a few years ago. But yeah, now they're merging with Kroger too. Now, what I'm trying to remember is
If Vaughn's is part of Kroger.
yeah, so it's Albertsons buying Kroger's. Now Kroger's is QFC and Fred Meyer and those guys.
Okay.
So that would make it a hell of a good sized store. And I don't know who else would be in competition with them.
Walmart, right?
That's about it. Oh, and
Yeah.
Winco. But even that's
Yeah.
not direct competition.
No, Winco is supposed to be employee owned.
Yeah.
So no. But I bet it'll put Winco out of business.
Oh, I bet it won't because, well, after the merger with Albertsons and Safeway, prices went up.
I bet it'll put Winco out of business.
Hell, we don't even go shopping at Albertsons or Safeway anymore because can't afford it, you know.
I shop at Fred Meyer mostly.
Well, that'll be Safeway now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prices are going up, dollar dying.
Yeah, I've been trying to stay away from all the bad news. And you know that's impossible. Yeah, that's pretty much everything.
Yeah.
But Tacoma has definitely gotten worse and worse as far as shootings go.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. We've had, what is it? 4 kids shot in 3 days.
Really?
Yeah. And that was on the news yesterday. Another one right down here, just, down the hill. And it's just, constant back and forth. Too much shooting.
Of course.
But I found this one here. It says, Tacoma Police Union President, shootings result of defund movement. Now, I have to agree with this guy.
I would say yeah.
In case a lot of here, let me so you guys know who it was and all that kind of stuff.
Defunding the police was the stupidest movement I've seen in a while. It ranks right up there with the pussy hat movement.
Yeah, it's totally ridiculous. Granted, there are some bad cops out there. Granted, like the ones that just killed that guy.
Hey, not all cops are bad, but not all cops are good. Yeah. But one thing is for sure, they're the first line of defense for the elite. Believe that.
Well, yeah, and but you keep prosecuting the cops for doing their jobs, and you keep taking their livelihood away and putting them on the defensive. They're going to be too busy defending themselves to help defend you.
Well, if you take away the qualified immunity, you'd never have to defund the police at all. They would self-police.
Yeah.
Because we need the police to police the police. Otherwise, the people are going to have to start policing the police. But the people are too dumb to actually police the police. They'll just get violent with them. And that solves...
The people are not qualified to police the police.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and it just leads to a faster downfall.
To use one of your examples, those idiots that go up and everything, and start filming the police in front of their stations and stuff.
Stop watch.
Yeah, those guys that go through there and everything, and all they do is they start an argument with the cops. They end up, getting in trouble because they don't know what they're doing.
It's called auditing the office.
Yeah.
And 99% of them just doing it to get clicks. 1% of them are respectful and do it to show both the police and us that the laws are the law.
Right. So, with that being a good example of what not to do, the majority of them are the ones that are causing the trouble and getting in trouble trying to do this, which shows that they are not qualified to do even that. So, no, we got to have that. That's why there is the internal affairs. They're supposed to be policing the police. But
the only problem with the internal affairs is 99% of the time the internal affairs is just the police at that district policing themselves. If you're going to have an internal investigation, it needs to come from an outside, non-biased source, a different department, not just, hey, we looked at our wrongdoing and we found out that it wasn't really wrongdoing. Slapped our wrist and we're good. Where these people are like, well, he shot that kid, so we should probably do something, or it was justified. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
But
that's actually
not investigate himself.
That's actually a good idea. If they say the East Side precinct,
let's say something happened in Tacoma. Go to a Seattle department or even a Bellevue department to get the investigator.
I would probably go to someplace like Kalama.
Well, whatever, but not in the department itself where it happened. Right. I can't investigate myself.
Yeah,
non-biasedly.
Right. Yeah, I can go along with that. But from some other area, but definitely let the police deal with the police. Because they know what the cops have to do, what they should do, and
if they would do it more like that, maybe more of us would have a deeper faith in them. Because believe me, I know that if I'm in deep trouble, I call a cop, help will come if I need it, or the fire department, or emergency. But I also don't do it because I don't know what's going to come.
Yeah. Or what's going to come of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that kind of worries me too, except I can honestly say that I have never worried about calling the cops. But then again, I'm white privilege.
Hey, man, deeply, deeply white privilege.
Yeah, you can't get much whiter than that. If I was any whiter, I would be glow in the dark.
I would be translucent if I was any whiter.
Yeah, I could be a window. Little Windex, he's clean. And that's something else I never could understand. There are black cops, there's Latino cops, white cops, there's Asian cops. Why is it always a focus on white against black?
It's a wedge tool. It's made to divide. That's all it is. Listen, it's all a distraction to distract you from the distraction that's distracting you from the distraction they're distracting you from, to distract you from the distraction that's distracting you, that distracted you earlier, to distract you later, that they're distracting you from now, to distract you from the other distraction they were distracting you from. It's all very distracting.
Yeah, except you didn't end up at where we began.
Exactly, because it's a distraction. But I mean, I hate to be a doomsayer conspiracy theorist, but goddamn it really looks like the globalists want us to have a civil war.
Yeah.
The agenda feels like it's complete division from top to bottom. You see the kids at school getting violent, even with their teachers and everything. You see people on the street shooting more. It's breaking down. The system is breaking down.
No, the system is
They are in
broke
their
down.
safe space, and they're accelerating it. You can watch them accelerating it right now.
The system has already broke down. It's just right now. It's like a train that's been the fully loaded train going, on down the tracks and everything, and all of a sudden the engine cuts out. Okay, it's going to keep going for a long way because of the inertia. Okay, but eventually it's going to stop, and then it ain't going to work again. Okay,
Yes,
and that's
we're
the
at
same
very
thing.
first bumps of derailment.
Yeah, and that's what's happening here. When they quit allowing the teachers to spank the children, when they took the paddle away from the schools, it started breaking down. That's when the kids started standing up and threatening the teachers, started hitting the teachers. Teachers started not going to work because they were afraid that they were going to get their butts kicked or get stabbed or something. Okay.
Or get sued, or disciplinary hearings. Yeah.
Yeah. So when that happened, when the discipline left the schools, first of all, the discipline went out the schools, then it went out of the house. Okay, so there you go. And each time it's going to just add to it and get worse and worse and worse.
Not to mention the fact that they broke up the family. They made the father not be able to earn as much to be able to support as much. And now
So the mother has to go out and work too. Yeah. And yet you can't really completely blame that either, because if you look back into the 1700s, 1800s, the father had to work, and he wasn't making that much money, so the kids had to get out there and work too.
Yeah, but in the 17 and 1800s, if it was a farm, everyone worked together, and if the father had to have another job, the mother took care of the homestead with the kids, so everyone was a cohesive unit.
Right.
So
Yeah. So I blame the actual collapse of the world. Okay.
I blame the destruction of the nuclear family. They call it the nuclear family. That's what we were supposed to be, and we had it for a moment when your dad could go to work and support the entire family. We were right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just there. Just a couple generations ago, it was right there, and we just went, fuck it. It's our fault. We the people. It's our fault. We did it. We allow this to happen.
What we did to destroy this world was, first of all, we took the discipline out of the house and the schools, and then after that, we just kind of gave up and walked away.
Mm-hmm. Put the government on autopilot and put our heads down. Looked at our phone now. All we do, because we put our heads down and just went to work, and now they put a phone in front of us, so now we're not even going to work.
Yeah. So in essence, we all turned into ostriches.
Yes, sir. I agree.
Yeah. Your cell phone is the sand.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Got the sand in your hand.
Yeah, because you can't see anywhere else. That's why people walk into the traffic and walk into trains.
Yeah, people don't help those people. They video them because they want to have the next viral video so they can make money.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't blame them. I want to watch someone do something stupid. Hopefully they die so I can put it on the internet. Like sell it to the news. I don't blame them. That's where we've allowed this to get to.
Yeah. Because we like dirty laundry.
It smells so wonderful.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's nuts.
It is, but and it's been millennia in the making. Generations and generations of people doing that. I mean, we talk about we say the word groomer when we're talking about these people that are going after children. Well, these politicians are being groomed to be politicians. There's so much nepotism going on in our political process alone. I can't imagine what it's like in other countries where we don't interfere.
Oh yeah. Well, I wish we would quit interfering in other countries and start interfering in this one.
Although I saw a question on the old interwebs the other day. When Trump gets elected, what's the first thing you want him to do? And I was like, end all foreign aid immediately and permanently. Woo! Got a lot of hate mail for that.
I wouldn't say stop all foreign aid. What I would say is, like he said in the original, I don't know why that word just left me. The first time he ran, God, what is it? Anyway, if he would just go ahead and keep his promise and actually put America first, deal with here before you deal with there, then I don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, that rhymed.
Well, I'm of the feeling that we could end all foreign aid immediately and permanently, and we would be fine.
Well, if we end all foreign aid,
we give so many foreign countries so much help, not just through munitions and military and all that shit, but actual financial assistance. That we could end that, just the financial part of it, and be fine.
If we would just stop giving the money away, to other countries, that'd bring our deficit way to hell down. If we stopped all foreign aid, shit would probably be debt free in the next 10 years.
If we stopped all foreign aid, like all of it, from the humanitarian to the violent military to the financial, if we stopped all that foreign aid, yeah, we'd be fine in about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Can't have that, though. Can't have that.
Yeah. Then they'd have to start putting money back into the Social Security accounts.
The age of American prosperity ended the day they took drafting out of high school. They didn't need any more engineers unless you went to college to do it.
Yeah, well, it's funny because, as far as I know, my brother and I were the last two that actually had to sign up for the draft.
No, I mean drafting, like architectural drafting in high school.
Oh. Okay.
Not bullshit war stuff.
Yeah, well, drafting was a course that we had in school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When they took it out of school, that was the end, because they didn't need any more engineers that didn't go past high school.
Yeah, I mean, I remember doing some drafting, but the course that I really enjoyed was mechanical drawing, which was similar to drafting, but it was doing bolts and screws and complex pieces of a machine. It was not buildings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, of course, before AutoCAD, this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's before computers. It's back when you had to actually use all the compass and radius, and you had your table that tilted up for you. You had the nice long drafting rulers. Oh yeah,
yeah.
I took drafting for a while.
Yeah,
probably why I like construction.
Yeah. It's too bad. They really should teach that again. Well, they should teach a lot of stuff they used to.
Yeah, auto shop. They took auto shop out. They took wood shop out. They took a lot of the art programs out. They got banned if you want to cheer on the stupid football team, but and that seems like they got rid of chorus. What about home ec? That's a girls' class. Yeah, well, I need to learn to cook too. Thank you. I took home ec.
Well, I didn't take home ec. I took wood shop and mechanical drawing and that kind of stuff. But, I did learn how to cook. I learned how to cook and learn how to clean, all that from my mother and my sisters, and, yeah, So, and I got to where I could cook better than them, you know. And it pisses my wife off that I can clean better than her. I try not to, but you know, I like to leave that for her. But, but like, you know, we have one of the glass top stoves, you know, and it just drives me nuts. You know, I'll see her, she's been doing dishes, you know, so, and the dishwater is dirty enough to where you can't see the bottom of the sink, you know, not because of the bubbles on the top, but because of the gunk in it, you know. And then she'll sit there and she'll take the rag, dip it in the sink, go like that, and then try and wash off the stove.
Oh, that's clean.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so she'll go ahead and she'll do that, you know, and it'll dry, and you can see where it's been smeared all over the place, you know, and it just drives me nuts. So I'll go ahead and I'll get the 409 and the Windex, and I'll come on over there, you know, and she said, "I washed the stove." No, you didn't. And I'll go ahead and I'll spray it on there, grab paper towel, and wipe it on off, and then I'll hold it up to her and show her, you know, show her the color of it. I'm going, and that's still on it, you know. So I'd go ahead and I finished cleaning it all off. Now it's nice and shiny and everything, you know. And then she says, "It's just going to get dirty tomorrow morning when you cook your breakfast anyway." Yeah, but now I'm not going to be burning all that stuff on and then having to scrape it off and this kind of stuff. Now it's clean before I start. It won't be smoking in the morning when I turn on the burner. We're good, you know. So she has gotten to where now, after I showed her that and everything, she's being a little more meticulous as far as cleaning the stove, because I don't know why it just drives me nuts.
We still got one of them old style electric burner stoves. Oh man, just a little drop of oil on that burner. Whoop, 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 son of a.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's what we always had, you know, and I would always take the tinfoil, you know, and put it around the rings to help kind of keep it clean. And then,
Yeah, but you can't put it on the burner. You drop one drop of oil on the burner, makes our alarm go beep.
Yep.
Beep.
But she'd sit there and everything. I used to, you know, every week take that tinfoil off, you know, and throw it away and put new tinfoil on there.
Yeah, we got the same thing.
And then she decided that was too much money. We were wasting way too much money.
Oh yeah,
on replacing the tinfoil. Yeah.
Hey.
And so, you know, so I said, "Okay, fine, you take care of it. You do it." I don't know. I was probably maybe 6 months, 6 years, something like that. She finally decided to take. She couldn't get it off. Had to buy new rings.
Yeah. If they sold those at the dollar store, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed, though, when you go to the dollar store or someplace like that and they've got a real nice sell on those things, they're never the right size?
Yeah. Yeah. And how is that? Why aren't these standard? Two sizes, right? Or three even. Big, medium, and small.
Yeah.
So you buy the medium and they don't fit. Then you buy the small and they don't fit. And you're like, what's wrong with my stove?
I still have some brand new rings up there in the garage, in the loft of the garage. Yeah. So if you still have one of those stoves, I'll see if I can find them and bring them over for you.
Hey, one of these days, go get them. I'm not afraid to look.
Yeah. Yeah. It just, I've never been able to, you know, if they're on sale, they don't fit. If they're not on sale, you know, if they're expensive, then, you know, I could probably get them to work. Yeah.
Yep, a $30 ring, you get one. Yeah. We're for $1 for all four. None of them fit.
Yeah. Drives you up the wall, man. So how has the vegetable soup show been going?
I don't know. I record stuff and I send it in and I don't listen. I think that's where I'm failing, is I'm not monitoring my input to see that it's happening, because I got a call the other day from another guy who does a couple of shows on there, and he's asking what happened to the producer, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. Things were kind of going sideways, and he's like, yeah, our show's not going. So I don't know what has happened. I mean, And I guess that's my problem because it's not, it has become unimportant enough to me because it has happened enough times. Because I remember you used to monitor the show and be like, hey, something's going on. And I'd get a hold of him and they'd get fixed, or he'd be like, oh, sorry, it's next time. And then for a while, it just dropped off the face of the earth. I talked to the previous owner of the station, and he said he hadn't heard anything new uploaded since October. And that was just a few weeks ago. And I was like, hey, what's up with that? And he's like, I got behind, blah, blah, blah. So it doesn't make, because I see him doing his show,
Uh-huh.
and I see him doing a few other shows because the computer's right there, and when it turns on, it's not me, it's him working remotely. So it's not getting done station wide. It's just what is
He wants to
apparently-
do and what he doesn't want to do.
Yeah. So, but and you know that's whatever. So and since at best the Vegetable Soup Show might have 10,000 individual hits, it doesn't mean that it was because someone went there. It was because someone was listening and just happened. Oh shit! I gotta get off this shit. Could be that. Could be anything. So I realize that I'm not top priority, top of the list, and I don't push it. Hey, I need to, my stuff has to go. I'm not worried about it. I got this, I got that, I got the other thing I do once in a while with another friend of mine. I don't have to worry about what I say. I'm not bought and paid for, owned, sponsored or anything, so I can get away with being a complete fucking idiot. And so if he's not gonna, post our stuff, that's fine. I'm not gonna harp on him for it. Just gonna move on.
Yeah, I haven't
I'll keep sending him stuff until he says, "Hey, stop! I'm not even airing it."
Yeah, I haven't even bothered trying to listen in a long time because it wasn't there. I mean, it was nothing.
Well, here, I'm recording this audio right now,
Uh-huh.
and I record when I do my live thing with Drew. I record the audio, and I just cut an hour of that and send it in as my soup show.
Yeah.
I cheat. I've been cheating. I've been double dipping with each recording.
Well, whatever works.
So if you're not sending him anything, then I guess I'm not double dipping. I'm not piggybacking or anything.
I have never sent him anything. I gave him the website when we were when I was doing all the editing and stuff.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep it down to exactly an hour and this kind of thing. And so I was doing all that and everything, but then he just quit putting the stuff on there. So I figured, well, if he doesn't want it, then I'm not going to waste my money and my time. So I let that site go and I quit doing the editing and that kind of stuff. And right now, what you see is what you get. This is what Facebook and YouTube and Mixcloud have,
And so basically you get a rebroadcast of this Tuesdays at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., hopefully, on NWCZ Radio Channel 1. Hopefully. I don't know. I don't know.
Probably not, because right now it's all in video format instead of audio format.
It's in audio right there.
Oh, well. Yeah.
I'm recording this on Audacity.
Oh, okay.
So the audio portion of this program is rebroadcast, either as a podcast through Anchor under the Vegetable Soup Show, and or Spotify, and or wherever else they rebroadcast it, and supposedly on NWCZ Radio on Tuesday. Supposedly. I don't know. I have no clue.
You ought to try and check it out sometime.
I'm not even that worried about it. I'm not. I don't listen to the radio in my car. Never have. Never will. I don't. I mean, I can't say never. Sometimes people riding in there turn it on. That doesn't bother me. But I just don't listen.
Yeah, see, I listen to Rubber Chicken Radio mainly because I want to make sure it's working.
Yeah, well, you own the station. You have an obligation to make sure things are running properly, just like he does. I am just talent, if you want to be that elastic with that word and give me some credit. So I barely produce my show. Like I said, I cut an hour out of this and there's my show right there. I put an intro on it and then I might run music under it because if they're paying for it, then they're paying all the royalties. So I'm still, as far as I know, I'm still allowed to run background music to fill the voids. So I just don't have a desire to listen to me do my show again after I've already spoken it.
Well, yeah, there is that. But yeah,
I hear enough for me every day.
I used to listen to it, because I was putting it on Rubber Chicken Radio too,
Yeah, well, but you own the station, you own the program, you produce everything. You have you have an obligation. I'm just the guy. Here's free work. I don't care what happens to it. Here's more free work. If I was getting paid, it'd be very, very different. Very different. The man would be on top of it. When I was paying him, he was on top of it. But now I don't pay him.
Well, I'll give you a nickel, then you're getting paid for it.
I used to pay him a decent hourly wage because we were doing a 3-hour show at the other studio. It took 3 hours, so I'd pay him a nice wage, and everything happened and everything went. But Daryl was there and Trevor was there and I was there, so it was just like this is the crew, it's the dream team. So nothing ever went wrong unless Daryl wasn't there, and now Daryl's not here. And everything's gone wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, I got good news as far as the station goes, and that is that over the last 2 months, the listening hours have gone double.
Nice.
Yeah. So things are picking up as far as that goes. Hopefully, it'll keep going. So.
Yeah, well, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. I was looking at that yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, shit, cool."
Listenership is up, yay! Well, you got some good programs on there, man. So
yeah, well,
I can understand it.
Yeah, right now the way I've got it set up is I've got one show, one actual show, and it's usually right around a half an hour, and that's the murder, love, and comedy.
Right.
Okay. And that's on Sundays at 5. So today at 5. And then other than that, I've got just the music going, with the exception of 3 times a day. Once at 6 a.m., once at 11 a.m., and once at 4 o'clock p.m. Every day, I have a comedian skit, and let them do that. So you get 3 stand-up comics doing one of their bits, So, and that goes anywhere between 2 minutes to 10 minutes,
Yeah.
So, not bad. But I had a guy tell me that was the thing that he didn't like about it, was that I had too much comedy. Yeah. So, well, and I had to admit, there were times.
Find a hater somewhere. Can't please everybody.
Well, you tune in, you're listening to music, and it irritates me when I get, when all of a sudden, because it's all on auto pretty much, other than the scheduled parts.
Right.
And so but it'll irritate me because all of a sudden, there'll be 3 country songs playing in a row, or there'll be, and from time to time you'd get, 3 comedians in a row. Well, if they're, between 2 and 10 minutes per comedian, that could be half an hour gone, before you get to hear a song again, So I can see where that might get a little irritating.
Right.
So I went ahead and I decided, okay, well, I'll go ahead and I'll actually schedule it. So you want to hear the comedy, and this should be the busier times, like during the morning commute, lunch break, afternoon commute home. Then you get 10 minutes maybe of something funny. But I still have the silly songs playing all day long.
Right.
So you might catch 3-inch Tool or My Girl Bill, something like that. You just and they'll get in there eventually.
Right.
But so I'm hoping that maybe I've finally got it worked out to where people are getting more interested, and it's starting to get them happier now. So
we're finding the combination to unlock your heart.
Yeah, and I like it when somebody actually gives me an opinion that and constructive, You know,
Yeah.
well, this is what I don't like. This is what I do like. Because then I can work with it. But if they say, "Oh no, I just don't like it," where do you go from there? Or, "Oh yeah, I love your station." Still, where do I go from there?
Yeah.
you know. So, so there you go, folks. Let me know what you do and don't like. What can I do to make it better?
This station is under your control.
To a point. You're still not going to hear a lot of hip hop or rap in here.
If you want to start paying the bills.
And you're still not going to hear a lot of hip hop and rap. Although I have to admit, I do enjoy listening to Elmer Fudd sing "Wappin'." So that's a good song.
Okay. I'll trust you.
You'll have to. Well, hell, we made another.
Another amazing hour.
Yes, we did.
Steve. Hey, Steve. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's actually been on here for the last couple of weeks. He had to actually go back to work.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Hobbling around, doing
he
things
says
and stuff.
he says his hobble is not quite so much of a hobble now, though.
It's less pronounced. He's
Yeah.
getting better at it.
Yeah. So now all we got to do is get him some fancy shoes so he can go tap dancing.
Right?
Yeah. We won't
Take
be
that
able...
to the club.
Yeah. So anyway, if you are watching, Steve, thank you, and hope everything is going well. So. But anyway,
Yeah, I went to an open mic when I was down there in Florida, and it was pretty funny. I took my mom, and so, I have that one joke about sex with older women, right?
oh yeah,
Which is basically an incest joke. And I opened with my my butt sex joke. So I do the anal sex joke. I say, hey, I brought my mom. It's been 20 years since I've seen her. Speaking of older ladies, and I do my sex with older women joke. Like the next 5 comedians that follow me, they get up and they're like, I can't believe this guy brought his mother and opened with an anal sex joke. Not one of them touched on the incest joke. Just the opened with the anal sex joke. It's like, that's what you took away from that? All right.
Well, they probably take it a little bit personal because when you're an asshole baby, anal sex is probably not their favorite kind of.
I don't know. I got lots of laughs, man. My mother was guffawing like crazy. It was hilarious. It's fun to make her laugh.
Yeah, mothers are fun.
And apparently I have one again. Yay.
Yeah, well, I all I can say is congratulations there, man. I'm happy for you.
Man, I think I will go back next year. This time I'll let her know, though.
Yeah. Let her know so she has the opportunity if she chooses to run away.
Correct.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. Just wanted to give you a heads up in case you wanted to leave town. I'm on my way.
I discovered I have some friends down there too that I'd lost contact with, and turns out they were down there.
Huh.
So yeah, be good fun to go back.
Well, I have an old friend. Last I heard, he was in Miami, staying on the beach there.
Yeah, the girl I knew a while back, she's in West Palm Beach. A couple guys I went to school with are in Kissimmee. So not too far from where I was, actually. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to travel up or over to see either of them. So, but next time.
Oh, there you go. Next time, make better plans.
Yeah, this was so last minute and just because honest, like I said, I thought maybe she's gonna die and I wasn't even gonna see her. So I was just like, I guess I'll give her one last if I do make it. If not, my mom told me not to come, So yeah, I was only there. I mean, I left late at night. I got home late at night. I was only there for technically 2 full days.
Well, it's too bad you couldn't have stayed longer.
I probably could have if I didn't feel like I should come home and do the show. I came home yesterday. I left Tuesday and got home late or early yesterday morning.
Do they have a computer there?
Oh yeah.
You could have done it from there.
I'm gonna. Well, no. Well, I don't think they had a microphone set up or anything. I could have done it off the phone, I guess.
Yeah, you could have done it from the phone. You could have done it from your a laptop. You could have done anything. You know, I mean, hell. Or you could have just given me a call and said, "Hey, Gary, I ain't gonna make it this week. I'm in Florida." That would have worked too. You know.
Hey, man. Listen. Next time. Next time we'll do a remote.
Yeah,
And
there
it'll
you go.
probably be while DeSantis is doing his run up to election, so it'll be even more fun.
Yeah.
Go out there and poke fun at him. Hey DeSantis. Hey DeSanta. Hey what's your name? Satan? Santa? Sentence? Superintendent? It's kind of funny that he's going to run for president, especially since when he was running for governor, he said he wasn't going to do that.
Well, he didn't until now.
He said he wasn't going to do it, and he went ahead and then did it. Well, we don't know yet. He might not. We'll see what happens. But he's probably the Republican front runner as opposed to the dumbo rats. Who are they going to have?
I'm sure it'll be somebody worse.
Chelsea Clinton? Michelle Obama?
I don't know if he'd
Hunter
make
Biden?
it. What?
Hunter Biden?
Hey, there you go. Yeah. Hunter for president. We
Hunter
haven't had an
Clinton.
assassination in a long time.
We'll do Hunter Clinton.
Yeah, make it a double assassination.
Yeah, I don't think Michelle Obama could run because apparently there's too many skeletons in the closet.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It could be just a distraction, to pull votes away from anyone else. That's another thing. That's like the Sanders when Sanders would run. He's just pulling votes away from everyone else until he directs his flock where to put their votes. Weird that people listen to that shit.
Well, I just wish that for once everybody would actually get a candidate that they like and then vote for a candidate instead of vote against a candidate.
I wish they would have morals, character, qualities that were becoming of someone who wants to call themselves a leader, and policies that were written for the people and not by corporations.
Okay,
But that's a big list. That's a big ask.
Okay, well, since we're going to stick to reality, Porky Pig for president. Porky Pig for president.
Oh, yes.
Bugs Bunny for
If
VP.
you're not morally repugnant, you can't be a Republican. If you're not domestically violent, you cannot be a Democrat. What?
Yeah, I think that with that being the case, we should have Bugs Bunny for vice president, Porky Pig for president, and
I've often heard crazy rumors that Mickey Mouse gets more votes than anyone.
I don't think he'd be a very good president because he has a speech impediment.
So does the one we got now.
Yeah, except he doesn't talk like this.
And what's that matter?
Well, if a person can't even put their thumb on the right direction, then I think we got a problem with them. So the string goes in the back. Don't separate the boys.
Just a wedge between there, just your flesh just going, no!
And that's why Mickey Mouse talks that way. He got in Minnie Mouse's drawer, and he hasn't changed them since.
I see. Would Minnie Mouse be a good first lady anyway?
Actually, I think she would. Really, she always dressed nice.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and she was always kind, always willing to help.
Yeah, but in the end, he had to leave her because she was fucking goofy.
Yeah. God, that's an old joke, man. There was another one there too, and I'm trying to remember because it just reminded me of it.
Is Goofy a dog or is he a cow?
Goofy is a dog.
Is Pluto a dog?
Pluto is also a dog. Yes.
Then why is one dog walk and talk and one dog dogs?
Probably because Goofy came out later, a lot later. Now, Annabelle was a cow.
But Goofy was not.
No, Goofy is a dog.
Okay.
Different kind of dog, too.
I guess.
But then again, look at Donald Duck, who was the original Duck, right?
Uh-huh.
And then look at Scrooge McDuck.
Uh-huh.
Okay, he doesn't talk like, you know.
No, he's Irish.
Yeah, or Scottish, one of the two.
Or Scottish or something. Yeah, he's from one of them there.
Yeah, and then there's Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and they don't talk like a duck either.
They're straight ass American little brats.
Yeah. So I think originally, I think if Mickey Mouse had a
There's no
kid,
mother in the picture. That's why.
I think if Mickey Mouse had a kid, it would have a people's voice, an actual voice instead of that, Yeah, so I think, Pluto was the original dog. He couldn't talk, and he ran on all fours. Then later on, along came Goofy. And besides, he was in so many of the educational shows.
Who?
Goofy.
Goofy was?
Yeah. When I was in school, okay, so this is like, 1,000 years ago.
9,000 years ago? This is 2 days after Jesus?
Yeah. Well, no, he wasn't around yet.
Oh, wait,
but anyway,
excuse me, 2 days after dirt. Sorry.
Yeah. They had Goofy doing shows like physical fitness, okay, and so he would go ahead and he would start doing workouts. Now, of course, he always screwed the workouts up,
Okay.
but it was to teach you to get the exercise that you need. He did one where it was safety or driver safety, okay. And so, he would go through and he would check in his tires and everything, and he'd adjust his mirrors. And then you had the one of the bulldogs that were the criminals, the robbers with the striped shirts and the masks. That guy was had his car and everything, and he had a patch on the tire, and this kind of stuff. And so, so Goofy'd get in the car and he's driving nice and slow and straight, and the lights would keep changing for him. The other guy'd be racing past him, and get up there and have to slam on the brakes. Eventually, of course, the tire popped, and and had a wreck. And Goofy just keeps going. But they had Goofy doing a lot of these educational type shows. Where they didn't have Pluto doing any. I think the only one they ever had him do is poop in the backyard, not the front.
Front yard's better. Keeps people out of your yard.
Yeah, but then again, Jiminy Cricket, he used to be their one of their
spokesperson thingy.
Yeah, he was their spokesperson. He did a lot of educational stuff too. On how to be a good person and how to be a good student, how to wash your hands. Yeah, you had to wash your hands in a certain way. If you washed your hands with soap, it was better than just washing them in cold water. wash them at least in warm water, this kind of thing. So, yeah. But that was back when Walt was still alive, though.
Oh, whoa, kid chaser.
Yeah. The world, that's another thing right there and everything that brought the world to its knees is when Walt Disney died, so did a lot of the morals of this country.
Yeah. Yeah, we need Mr. Rogers back. Mr. Rogers was up. He was a trainer of children.
Mr. Rogers and Captain Kangaroo, I guess they had their place. I never did like them, but I always loved Walt Disney.
Interesting.
Yeah, when he was still alive, The Wonderful World of Disney came on Sunday nights, and and it was brought to you by the Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, and but at the beginning of the show that night, it was Walt introducing the movie, and he'd come out and he'd talk to you, sitting on his desk, and he'd talk to you, and he was just a person being nice and trying to get a point across,
Yeah.
and then the movie would start, or the cartoon, or whatever it was that we were going to be watching that night, and to me, he just seemed more real than Mr. Rogers. And I hate to say it, but Mr. Rogers creeped me out. Okay. I always thought he was a pedophile.
Turns out you had it reversed.
and yet Captain Kangaroo, I couldn't stay awake and watch that guy. He'd put me
I've
right to
never
sleep.
watched that Kangaroo.
Yeah, I could sleep with him. Just he'd talk and I was out.
But Mr. Rogers knew what was up.
Yeah, but Walt Disney.
He knew what was up.
Walt Disney, he was really good, and his son. I was impressed that he looked so much like his father, but his attitude was nowhere even close, And then, of course, when he took over, that's when they came out with, started messing up the Disney brand, So everything wasn't G-rated anymore, Because Disney was always G-rated.
Except for the other stuff.
Well, when it came to when they started trying to do a little,
they came to the stuff they gave to the public. Yeah, most of it was G-rated for a while.
Yeah,
Didn't Disney produce Pulp Fiction?
Oh, I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. When they started making PG-13 shows and this kind of stuff, they did it under a different name. It wasn't under Disney.
Right.
And then now
that's the workaround.
Yeah.
We got Disney money, but we just don't got Disney name.
Well, they were trying to keep the brand,
Pristine. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and but then they kind of gave that up too. So.
Face on, baby. Full face the facade. Go get that facade.
Yeah, but they kind of screwed that one up too. So, but I wish I could remember what the name of the company was that.
It doesn't matter. Hollywood's just as bad as politics anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's because they tried getting into too much of the politics. They tried taking their opinions and putting it out there for other people to, oh, well, if Brad Pitt would do this and likes this guy, then I do too. Yeah.
I can't think for myself. I'll let Hollywood do it for me.
Yeah, whoever Sylvester Stallone votes for is getting my vote. Yeah. All right, my friend. Well,
is that enough? Have we done it?
Well, it's an hour and a half. What do you think?
I think we've done it. I could probably go get some lunch. My stomach's going.
Yeah, my cup runneth empty. I need another cup of coffee.
So I think that's good enough.
All righty then. So thank you all for watching.
Yay, what the watching? We have had the watching.
I used to could talk. Anyway,
I've never done the good talk word thing.
yeah. Thanks for watching another episode of You Must Be Joking.
All right.
You can also call in, text in 253-254-6664. Don't be shy. You can leave an email at gary@rubberchickenradio.com or at veg@rubberchickenradio.com. You can leave a voicemail at the phone number 253-254-6664. You can also leave a text there. Let's see here. Other than that, write to your congressman and get in touch with us.
Yeah, do it. Hey, email them and send us the email. We'd love to read it on air.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you.
Have a good
Bye,
one, all.
Steve.
Bye-bye.